Time is not a dimension. The argument that is presented when defending the idea is that if two people want to meet, they need to agree on a time and a place. But this does not represent how space-time functions. Imagine the scenario. Two people, Alice and Bob, agree to meet in 10 years at a particular place. Alice travels the world and returns home 10 years later, but Bob is not waiting for her. Bob built a spaceship and left the solar system. He traveled around the galaxy at speeds approaching the speed of light. After 10 years, he returned to Earth. Earth is now a barren ruin. In Earth time, billions of years have passed. The path of a particle traveling through four-dimensional space-time is called a world line. In order to coordinate a meeting, world lines must intersect, but parties must agree on a frame of reference that determines the relevant space-time coordinate, and they must calculate their paths using all four dimensions. Otherwise, they will miss their meeting. What this scenario tells us is that the order in which events occur is not determined by any one dimension. It is determined by all four dimensions. If the ordering of events is determined by all four dimensions, why do we single out one dimension and call it time? In relativity, all particles travel at the speed of light. A stationary particle is simply pointing in the time direction. As it accelerates, the angle changes, turning towards the spatial axes. Velocity is equivalent to the angle between what we call time and the vector. Proper time is equivalent to the angle between the vector and space. Time dilation and acceleration are two sides of the same coin. Proper time is the time you experience, and it is invariant to the observer. As it decreases, it affects how you interact and observe the universe. But you don't feel time slowing down. Instead, the rest of the universe appears to speed up. It is outside observers who see your time slowing down. For Bob, his 10-year trip around the galaxy turned his spaceship into a time machine, transporting him billions of years into the future. In a way, he was traveling through time very quickly, not slowly. Whether time speeds up or slows down is simply a matter of perspective. So, what this time dimension actually represents is a subjective record of motion. It is the perspective of a single world line, but the order in which events occurred in this record was determined by the totality of the system. Equivalent time theory provides logical and mathematical explanations for these relationships. As in relativity, velocity is determined by the four-vector, the direction the particle is moving in 4 dimensions. The so-called time dimension, however, is replaced by a complex plane, and interactions between particles only occur when their phases align. Our perception of time emerges from the relative density of these interactions. As velocity increases, this phase slows down, and interactions with outside reference frames become more sparse, leading to the characteristic time dilation effect. However, inside the reference frame, where phase rates are decreasing uniformly, interaction rates are unchanged in a relative sense. Instead, interactions with outside reference frames appear denser, leading to the perspective that the rest of the universe is speeding up. This description perfectly matches the predictions of special relativity, and it is better supported by the observations which underpin quantum mechanics. It provides a mechanical description of what is actually happening. Our perception of time is determined by the relative density of synchronization events. We do not travel through time. I can move up and down and left and right and back and forth. But where is this invisible, near intangible time dimension? The time paradoxes that arise from modern physics arise from an ontology that does not accurately reflect our observations, nor the equations that describe them. Time is not a dimension. The order in which events occur is determined by every degree of freedom. Time is just the universe changing. Thank you.